All right. Hey, I'm happy to be joined by Hoyt Hsiao today, President and CEO of Shaw-Lundquist. How you doing? How you doing today, Hoyt? Good to see you.
Nice seeing you, Brian. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so we wanted to check in with you and visit you a little bit about your big milestone coming up here at Shaw-Lundquist Construction. 50 years in business now is in 2024. That's quite a milestone. Tell me a little bit about that and any how are you going to be celebrating that?
Well, yeah, thanks, Brian. It is quite a milestone for our company to be at 50 years, especially being a minority business enterprise. Our company started back in 1974 when my father, Fred Hsiao, who went by Fred Shaw because he was in the business for many years, and Lyle Lundquist formed our company. When they formed it, they were always working very hard in the construction industry and working with competitively bid projects. And over the years, we've changed just like the industry's changed to be more involved with the projects, with owners and the whole development team and moving the company forward. So over those 50 years, um, my father was deeply involved in the business. I was just a kid and was going down to the office with him and had an opportunity to join the business out of college and took that opportunity. So I've been here since 2000, what is it? Uh, since 2086. And um, I've enjoyed working in the business and been able to move up and work with our team. I think one of the things that allowed us to be where we are now, 50 years later, is the financial conservativeness of how we ran our company, um, making sure that kind of cash is king and making sure we pay our bills so that we get good pricing from our subcontractors and treating people fairly. Those were some of the tenets that my father and Lyle had for the business and that we continue to hold for our company today.
Hmm.
So our values that we have really stem from the culture that they developed. And those values are of integrity and pride, where it's integrity, professionalism, respect, ingenuity, determination, and excellence. And those are the values that we really try to hold our team to as we bring people on board, um, grow people, and also let people go.
Okay. And so Shaw-Lundquist Construction is one of the largest, if not the largest, MBE owned construction firms in the state. Is that right?
Yeah, we are historically have been the largest construction firm, but I think the industry is always changing. So, one of the things that we really pursue is to continue to grow and develop because that provides opportunities for our team and really wanting to create relationships with our clients and owners and being part of that development team and providing insight into construction. The industry seems to get tougher each year as far as supply chain, logistics, people, and being able to be part of a team to help guide development through that, and especially on the construction side, since that's where we're responsible, I think is helpful to our clients, and they find value in that.
And just to back up a little bit, can you talk a little bit about the types of projects you do? And I know that you're involved in a pretty broad range of projects here in the metro area and beyond. Is that right?
Yeah, so we've been fortunate, and we actually established an office in Las Vegas back in 2005, 2006. And originally went out there to try to do some work on the city center project, which was at that time, one of the largest private developments um, that was being developed. And they were trying to attract minority and diverse firms to participate. Um, we had a couple opportunities, but never were successful on that particular project. But because of that, we did open up an office in there out in Las Vegas and have eventually grown that office. And my younger brother Holden leads that office and be able to develop relationships with some of the hospitality and entertainment companies out there. In addition, allowing us to do work in the Southwest part of the United States. So between our office here in the Twin Cities and our office in Las Vegas, we kind of cover the greater upper Midwest for projects for clients that we have relationships with. And then for clients that we have relationships with, a lot of work along in Las Vegas and also in the southwest part of the United States, including California. So the
And,
work has changed from, a lot of municipal work, which we still continue to participate in, because that keeps us aware of what the current conditions are as far as subcontractor pricing and availability, but also working with private clients and developers in providing pre-construction services and, like I said, the guidance to help be part of a team to move a project forward.
and can you give me a sense of how much the company has grown since those early days and 50 years ago to now in terms of the number of employees and just the breadth of work that you do?
Yeah, so at the beginning, it was really, I think, my father and Lyle Lundquist. And I know they had one other lady that was with them in the office when they first started out. So it was just the three of them, plus I think a couple of people working out on the field. And I think the first year they maybe finished 4 to 5 projects. Today, we've got close to 100 people on staff between our 2 offices and also performing around 30 to 40 projects a year, depending on the type of projects that we have in the year.
And what are you working on right now? Anything specific that you care to highlight?
Couple things that we're working on locally. We've developed a strong relationship working with a couple of financial institutions, working with JP Morgan Chase and US Bank, working on their programs. Addition, we recently finished a project for 3M that was received some news because it was a training facility that they developed. So, that was a special project to be involved with, especially since they brought us in early to help them in that project. We also do some multifamily work in the Twin Cities area and working with a couple of the nonprofit developers, Beacon Interfaith and Aon, and those are always rewarding projects to help be involved in developing those projects, constructing them in really, their apartments, but we look at it as creating homes for individuals and allowing families to grow. In our Las Vegas office, they've been fortunate to work with a local hospitality company, Station Casinos, with multiple projects. We've worked at Caesars Entertainment for many years and are in the process of developing a relationship with a large entertainment hospitality company that has a large presence in California and Florida. So we just recently had gotten our Florida license and looking for opportunities there. Some of the projects we finished up in Las Vegas include some fun hospitality restaurant work for some of the Food Network chefs and stars. So those are always fun projects to be involved with, though demanding and time critical.
Yeah. I'm always curious with companies that have been around as long as Shaw-Lundquist has. How did you weather the storms? You had the Great Recession, of course. We had just more recently with COVID, a lot of economic ups and downs and changes in the industry. How has Shaw-Lundquist been able to get through those tough times and keep going?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. I mean, I think the construction industry is kind of an up and down industry of itself. So being able to be adjustable and flexible with that, as we went through some of those major economic impacts, one of the things we really tried to do is, keep our team together and really try to work with our staff to do what we can to persevere. And like I said, one of the things that helped us has always been that culture of, trying to be financially conservative and building on a good base. So part of it, I think, is, treating people right, having a strong financial background or a basis to work from, and, continuing to do what we do and understand that, there's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, for sure. What is your outlook for construction in general in 2024 and beyond? Do you see yourself staying busy, and what do you see as some of the opportunities and challenges out there?
Yeah, no, I mean, we think there's a lot of opportunity that is out and available. Again, continuing what we're trying to do is really developing and building relationships with clients and helping them on multiple projects. Um, we're recently doing work with the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe and their Mille Lacs Corporate Ventures group on a couple projects, and hope to continue to develop that. Um, like I mentioned with some of the clients that we have, it's really continuing to be available and providing high quality services to them. But I think one of the things we also get aware of is things can change as well, and projects can be put on hold, and that's kind of part of the environment that we are in. So it's learning to be flexible and adaptable, as well as, providing insight to clients as far as what we see as long lead items, so that, if they do have a project, we can give them the insight on, what do we need to do to be able to hit the timelines that they have, and if their timelines are realistic or not realistic, and be able to provide that input to them so they can make good decisions as well.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of financing and interest rates, and of course that has a huge impact on what you guys do. So, any thoughts on that? I know you don't have a crystal ball, but
Yeah, it seemed, right now, as far as what it was during COVID versus now, I think it's a lot more stable, though there are still categories of materials that are long lead items, especially in the electrical component area, in addition to, certain specific items. So, those we try to work with clients on getting those pre-ordered. As far as workforce, it still can be tight, though I think there's better availability now than it had been. And then as far as, really trying to continue to work with owners on, what can we do to help get what they want at a better value, and looking where can we provide um, insight to maybe do something different, or look at a different approach, or just understanding that, that's there really are no other options. So if that's what they would like to have, we'll have to work with that and make their budgets work.
yeah, and can you now? How long have you been in your current role as president and CEO?
I was named president and CEO back in 2019, so
Okay.
it's been a few years as leading the organization. Like I said, one of the things is having a good team in place and building a leadership team. So that's one of the things that I've been involved with. My brother that I work with as well has been elevated to be the president of the West region. So, he's working as a leader for his team and developing those relationships. And, we're looking to hopefully continue to be a family business in the future.
Yeah, given that it just seems like obviously it's a family tradition for you guys, and it seems like construction is in your blood. Did you always see yourself going on this career path and eventually taking this leadership role with the company, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was always available to me, though. So my parents are both Chinese, and they're traditional in some sense, but very forward-looking in others. One of the traditional parts is, there's three boys, so I'm one of two other brothers, and the oldest brother really had the first opportunity to maybe look at the business and be the one to be selected to run it. So he had started working the business when he was in college and during the summertime, and didn't think it was for him. So, that provided the opportunity for me to kind of step in and look at an opportunity to work in the business. When I got involved, I mean, I always enjoyed building Legos and, working with my hands in that sense. And being able to help take something and try to grow it, was something that really motivated me. So I appreciate the opportunity that my family provided me to be able to step into the business. One of the benefits I think I received too is with my father. He really he really enjoyed estimating work. So a lot of the other areas he allowed me to step up and kind of try to take a lead. And as long as I was checking in with him every now and then, he was pretty good with how things were going. So, oh, sorry about that. We've got
That's okay.
auto lights and
We have a little lighting situation going on here. No worries. Hey, Well, Hoyt, congrats again on your milestone anniversary here, and we've covered a lot of ground. Is there anything else you'd care to add before I let you go?
Um, like I said, I think, one of the things that has always held our business in place and helped us, I think, continue to grow is really a strong basis of values of that integrity, professionalism, respect, ingenuity, determination, and excellence that both Fred and Lyle instilled in the business. And that's one of the critical things I think we continue to move the business forward. Also, a purpose of building better lives where, when we look at our projects and look at what we're doing with clients, we're not just looking at how it benefits us or the client. We're really looking at who's ever using that building or facility, what's ultimately helping those individuals. So like I said, when we work on apartments, we're creating homes for individuals. If we're working on a school, we're creating opportunities for kids to grow and develop. We're working in a retail establishment, we're providing either outlets for people to have entertainment or jobs and creating economic growth. So really looking at that as a big picture and also kind of having the longer term outlook of, trying to weather storms and, be conservative as we can to make sure we're always going to be able to weather those storms.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time again, Hoyt. Good luck to you, and hopefully we can stay in touch.
All right. Appreciate that, Brian.
Take care. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Have a
Yeah.
good one.
Let us know if you need anything clear, anything that you want to follow up on, follow through with John and we can get that to
Yep.
you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.